Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about Unit 5, Chapter 5, Lesson 7, and our title is Addition Properties. So you can use properties of addition to find sums of whole numbers and decimals mentally. When there are no parentheses, add in order from left to right. So let's look at an example. Elijah recorded the number of different movies he watched last month. Use properties of addition to mentally find the total number of movies. Find 5 plus 27 plus 15. That's from the chart here. So he watched 5 comedies, 27 action movies, and 15 drama movies. You can easily add 5 and 15, so change the order, 5 plus 15, and group those numbers together. The commutative property of addition states that the order in which numbers are added does not change the sum. The associative property of addition states that the way in which numbers are grouped does not change the sum. So in this case, 5 plus 27 plus 15 equals is the same as 27 plus 5 plus 15. It's just rearranged. And I'm grouping together the numbers that I can do like really quick in my head. I can do 15 plus 5 in a second in my head. 15 plus 5 is 20. Now I just have to add 20 to 27. I know 20 plus 20 is 40, and then 7 more is 47. So Elijah watched a total of 47 movies. So the whole point is to make it easy for you to do mentally in your head. So we shouldn't really have to write down anything when we're doing these. Let's look at another one. The identity property of addition states that the sum of any number and 0 equals that number. So it's like 1 plus 0 is 0. That's the identity property. 2 plus 0 is, what did I say? 1 plus 0 is 1. That's the identity property. 2 plus 0 is 2. That's the identity property. It's kind of like it looks in a mirror, it sees its identity, and then it's the same on the other side. Use properties to find 1.8 plus 2.6 plus 0 mentally. 1.8 plus 2.6 plus 0 equals, 1 whole plus 0.8 and 2 wholes plus 6/10. So 1 whole or 1 and 8/10 plus 2 ones and 6/10 plus 0. So we can add these together by grouping 1 plus 2, those are our whole numbers together, plus 0.8 plus 0.6 plus 0. So it's 1 plus 2 and 0.8 plus 0.6. 1 plus 2 is 3, 0.8 plus 0.6. So 8 plus 6 is 14, right? So we know we're going to have that 4 in the ones carried over. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 4. So 0.8 plus 0.6 is 1.4, or 8 plus 6 is 14, but we have to put the decimal in there. So 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 4/10 is 4 and 4/10. So 3 plus 1 is 4, and then add that 4/10 on there. It's 4.4 plus 0 is 4.4. Okay. I know you know it, but it's just trying to help with doing these problems like quicker and easier in your head by associating and grouping these numbers together. Use properties of addition to find each sum mentally. Show your steps and identify the properties that you used. Okay, so we have 9 plus 27 plus 1. So you might look at these 3 numbers, and you might see 2 of them that are like compatible, that go well together, that you can figure out immediately. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 plus anything is going to be easier to figure out than like 27 plus something. So 27 plus 9 plus 1. 27 plus 9, I don't know, that's kind of tricky for me. Of course, I can figure it out if I think long enough, but the point is to come up with something really super quick. So 27 plus 9 plus 1. Well, 9 plus 1 is 10. 27 plus 10 is 37. It's way easier to like find a 10, find numbers that work well together to give us a 10. All right, so commutative means that you group them together. So the first step here, what we did was the commutative property. We rearranged the order. We put the 9 and the 1 together. Associative property is when we put in those parentheses. So when you see the parentheses, these are the numbers that we are going to associate with each other, the 9 and the 1. So first we rearrange. The first step was the commutative. The second step was when we added the parentheses to show that we are grouping these together first. That's the associative. We don't have an identity property here because nothing is getting added to 0. If we did have a plus 0, then that would be the identity property. So in your independent practice today, you are just going to have to identify the properties that are used to find each sum. Remember, your choices are associative, commutative, and identity. Maybe you want to write them up top here. And these are going to be your choices. So let's look in this first. So this is our original problem. 69 plus 22 equals 60 plus 9 plus 20 plus 2. Okay, so that's all jumbled up and complicated, and I don't like the way that's ordered. So let's take them out of the parentheses and reorder them. So this is which property? Reordering is the commutative property. Parentheses is the associative property. Okay, so this is what that would look like on this line. And then we add, and there's no identity here. Now here I see a plus 0. So what property am I going to use when I see a 0? If you're not sure, look back in your notes. What property am I using if I see a 0? Okay? Let me know if you have any questions.